The Renaissance period, 1500 to 1600. Part-04. Shakespeare, 1564 to 1616. The greatest of all Elizabethan dramatists was Shakespeare, in whose hands the romantic drama reached its climax. As we do not know much about his life, and it is certain that he did not have proper training and education as other dramatists of the period had, his stupendous achievements are an enigma to all scholars up to the present day. Mystery. It is still a mystery how a country boy, poor and uneducated, who came to London in search of odd jobs to scrape a living, could reach such heights in dramatic literature, endowed with a marvelous imaginative and creative mind. He could put new life into old, familiar stories and make them glow with deepest thoughts and tenderest feelings. Highly gifted person. There is no doubt that Shakespeare was a highly gifted person. But without proper training he could not have scaled such heights. In spite of the meager material we have got about his life, we can surmise that he must have undergone proper training, first as an actor, second as a reviser of old plays, and the last as an independent dramatist. He worked with other dramatists and learned the secrets of their trade. 4 periods. Besides non-dramatic poetry consisting of 2 narrative poems, Venus and Adonis and the Rape of Lucrece, and 154 sonnets. Some 24 years. Beginning about 1588. And ending about 1612. This work is generally divided into 4 periods. 1577 to 93. This was the period of early experimental work. To this period belong the revision of old plays, as the 3 parts of Henry VI and Titus Andronicus. His first comedies, Love's Labours, Lost, The 2 Gentlemen of Verona, The Comedy of Errors, and A Midsummer Night's Dream. His first chronicle play, Richard III, a youthful tragedy, Romeo and Juliet, 1594 to 1600. To the second period belong Shakespeare's great comedies and chronicle plays, Richard II, King John, The Merchant of Venice, Henry IV, Part 1 and 2, Henry V, The Taming of the Shrew, The Merry Wives of Windsor, Much Ado About Nothing, As You Like, It, and Twelfth Night. These plays reveal Shakespeare's great development as a thinker and technician. They show the maturity of his mind and art. 1601 to 1608. To the third period belong Shakespeare's greatest tragedies and somber or bitter comedies. This is his peak period, characterized by the highest development of his thought and expression. He is more concerned with the darker side of human experience and its destructive passions. The plays of this period are Julius Caesar, Hamlet, All's Well That Ends Well, Measure for Measure, Troilus and Cressida, Othello, King Lear, Macbeth, Antony and Cleopatra, Coriolanus, and Timon of Athens. 1608 to 1612. To the fourth period belong the later comedies or dramatic romances. Here the clouds seem to have been lifted and Shakespeare is in a changed mood. The tone of the plays is gracious and tender, and there is a decline in the power of expression and thought. The plays written during this period are Cymbeline, The Tempest, and The Winter's Tale, which were completely written in collaboration with some other dramatist. Contradictory thoughts. The plays of Shakespeare are so full of contradictory thoughts expressed so convincingly in different contexts that it is not possible to formulate a system of philosophy out of them. Each of his characters, from the king to the clown, from the most highly intellectual to the simpleton, judges life from his own angle, and utters something which is so profound and appropriate that one is astonished at the playwright's versatility of genius. His style and versification are of the highest order. He was not only the greatest dramatist of the age, but also the first poet of the day, and one of the greatest of all times. Perfect. His plays are full of a large number of exquisite songs, and his sonnets glowing with passion and sensitiveness to beauty reach the high water mark of poetic excellence in English literature. In his plays there is a fine commingling of dramatic and lyric elements. Words and images seem to flow from his brain spontaneously, and they are clothed in a style which can be called perfect. Belongs to all times. Though Shakespeare belonged to the Elizabethan age, on account of his universality he belongs to all times. Even after the lapse of 3 centuries his importance, instead of decreasing, has considerably increased. Every time we read him, we become more conscious of his greatness. Like the charm of Cleopatra, age cannot wither her, nor custom stale her infinite variety. The appeal of Shakespeare is perennial. His plays and poetry are like a great river of life and beauty. Thank you.